Recording. All right, so excited to train you all on the Mad Hippie Skin Care line this morning. I'll be going through all of our products, all 12 products, and I'll be taking you through each product one by one in the order that you would use them if you were using the full line of skincare products. And I'll give you a little bit of information on each product, how they're used, and then also a little bit of the ingredient call-outs. And to begin with, I'd like to give you a little bit of backstory on Mad Hippie. So for those of you who don't know how Mad Hippie began, this is a surprising story for some people. We actually began as a line for surfers. And that is something that's kind of unknown out there. So when we first started Mad Hippie, my husband and I were living abroad. We lived in Central America for 5 years. And while we lived abroad, my husband totally fell in love with surfing. He was out in the water every day. And we discovered that by the end of our 5 years there, we had accumulated a lot of sun damage. And so Mad Hippie was kind of the answer to that sun damage. It was, the idea was to create this concise line of products that utilized lots of skincare actives, each one with multiple actives in each product to kind of minimize the amount of products that you need, and hand-picking select ingredients that address sun damage. So all of the ingredients that we choose are ingredients that reduce oxidative stress on the skin caused by sun damage and help the skin recuperate. Incidentally, 90 to 95% of what we consider to be skin aging is also actually sun damage. So what initially began as a line for surfers has been embraced by a much larger community. And really all of us are always looking for ways to reduce the oxidative stress on our skin that we encounter every day. So these products are really for everyone. So I'll take you through the full Mad Hippie skincare system, starting with the cream cleanser, which I'll hold up first. There's our blue bottle of cream cleanser. This was the first cleanser that we came out with. What's really special about the cream cleanser is that, for one, it doesn't foam. So that's kind of a surprise for some people. If you're used to a foaming cleanser, this one doesn't foam. This is actually a cleanser that is low pH, so it's slightly acidic. And the reason that we want a slightly acidic cleanser is that it actually protects all those natural oils on the skin. And that's really important to us. We want all of those natural oils on the skin, that acid mantle, to remain in place because it serves as a barrier function on the surface of the skin. So the ingredients that we use in the cream cleanser are hydrating ingredients like sodium PCA and hyaluronic acid and macadamia oil. And all of these lovely ingredients hydrate the skin and also take off dirt and makeup and grime without stripping the skin of all of those really important natural oils that are so important for skin health. So that's your step number one. Following the cream cleanser in the morning, you would go with the hydrating nutrient mist. So this light blue bottle. This comes with a mist top, and we actually just switched out the mist top within the last year, so the new mist top functions a lot better. It has a lot of hyaluronic acid in it, so this is kind of a thicker liquid than a lot of people are used to in a mist, and also the reason that we had a hard time finding a mist top at first. So the ingredients that we use in the hydrating nutrient mist, all of these ingredients are really all about reducing the appearance of skin discoloration, keeping hydration throughout the day. We tend to lose the most natural moisture from our skin immediately after cleansing. So a really great time to use hydrating ingredients is right after cleansing your skin, helping bind all that moisture to the skin again. So you'll see ingredients on the front. It says 18 actives. So we put the number of actives on the front of every box. The actives in this one are really all about, making sure that the skin stays hydrated, so hyaluronic acid and sodium PCA, as well as some vegan glycerin. And then lots of ingredients for reducing the appearance of skin discoloration, including hesperidin, which is a plant flavonoid, Japanese pagoda, milk thistle, lots of really lovely botanicals in this one. So it can be used immediately after cleansing to help bind moisture to the skin, and then throughout the day as kind of a refresher. It can be used on the face, neck, chest, arms, really anywhere that's going to be exposed to the sun. And this product also does have some vitamin C in it. It has some vitamin C, vitamin E, and ferulic acid, which actually helps protect the skin from that oxidative stress of the sun that we were talking about earlier. So really, really great first step before you put on your sunscreen during the day. The vitamin C serum would be your next step. So our little yellow bottle, which is definitely our best known product, and certainly kind of the product that put Mad Hippie on the map. Some of the things that are special about our vitamin C serum, for one, it feels really nice on the skin. The user experience of it is really lovely. I think people are used to serums kind of feeling tacky or having them be kind of difficult to absorb into the skin. This particular serum, you put it on, it smells really nice, and then it massages into the skin so easily. So we're using a stabilized form of vitamin C called sodium ascorbyl phosphate, which has a lot of benefits over some of the other forms of vitamin C that are available. Sodium ascorbyl phosphate is very stable, so it doesn't oxidize easily, meaning you don't need a ton of preservatives in it in order for it to have a good shelf life. And it's stable at a higher pH than a lot of other forms of vitamin C. So it's great for sensitive skin types, for easily congested skin, anybody who breaks out easily. The vitamin C serum, it tends to be a really great option for that skin type as well. In addition to the vitamin C, it has vitamin E and ferulic acid in it, which actually increases the antioxidant activity of the vitamin C. You always want to use that trio of ingredients together, and you'll find that trio of ingredients elsewhere in our line as well. But of course, our most potent concentrated vitamin C E ferulic is always going to be our vitamin C serum. So really wonderful first step in the morning for all skin types. Great for sensitive skin, easily congested skin, aging skin, really, really lovely for all skin types. I like to present the antioxidant facial oil next because this is one of my favorite duos in the line, and I love using these two ingredients together. In fact, I actually like to mix about a dime-sized amount of vitamin C serum with a few drops of facial oil when I'm in a hurry, and I just will apply them in one easy step. You can certainly layer the vitamin C serum on first and then follow with the facial oil as well. But the antioxidant facial oil is full of tons of beneficial oils as well as antioxidants. So there has always been a little bit of concern, I think, around oils for a lot of people because sometimes people aren't sure which oils are appropriate for their skin. We are really careful when we formulate our products to use non-comedogenic oils. So the Mad Hippie antioxidant oil is actually a blend of argan oil and pomegranate seed oil primarily. So those two oils are really lovely for all skin types. Argan oil, of course, is a very nourishing oil that's been used for centuries to heal and protect the skin. Pomegranate seed oil is really rich in ellagic acid. It's very, very antioxidant rich and happens to be an excellent choice for sun-damaged skin. So definitely a very intentional choice there. We also use sea buckthorn berry, a little bit of hemp because we're the hippies, and hemp is also really lovely for your skin. And strawberry and kiwi and all sorts of really, really lovely antioxidants. So we really, really push those antioxidants in the morning. That's really your opportunity before you go out into the day, before you're exposed to pollutants and the sun and all those things that can kind of take their toll on our skin. Your opportunity in the morning to infuse your skin with antioxidants and really help your skin have the nutrients it needs before you go out into the day. Most importantly, your last step is always going to be your sunscreen. So sunscreen, of course, is always important as part of your morning routine. Before you go out in the sun, you really want to be sure that you're, not going to get a sunburn and not going to get the sun damage that you get from UVA and UVB rays. So our sunscreen is actually a zinc-only sunscreen. We use a non-nano zinc, so it's a micronized zinc. And we combine it with some natural oils, so avocado oil, red raspberry seed oil, and carrot seed oil. All of these oils are really, really wonderful for sun-damaged skin. Has a little bit of vitamin C, vitamin E, and ferulic acid in it. So again, boosting those antioxidants. And it massages into the skin easily on moisturized skin. So you always want to moisturize first and then follow with your physical blocking agent. Because this is a zinc-only sunscreen, we always recommend moisturizing first. It's going to blend into the skin a lot more easily if you're nice and hydrated. And it also feels really nice. A lot of people ask if this particular product is reef safe. That's a really common question that we get about the SPF. The answer is yes, it is reef safe, but it's not waterproof. So we don't tout that a lot. So it's very clean, super, super clean ingredients, certainly fine to go, swimming in. However, it's going to come off in the water and you'll end up reapplying it all the time. So it's more of your daily SPF. That's really what we were kind of going through when we created this product. We really wanted an SPF that you could wear every day, that wouldn't feel heavy, that would kind of massage in easily. So that was our goal with the SPF. Now I'm going to move on into our nighttime routine, which is also always going to begin with cleansing the skin. And again, as you know, we don't like to strip that acid mantle of the skin. We like to protect those natural oils. So at night we use the cleansing oil. And the cleansing oil is a wonderful option for makeup removal, which is why we often talk about it as part of the nighttime routine. That said, you can certainly utilize the cream cleanser at night as well. But if you are wearing makeup or sunscreen that's hard to remove, it's really nice to utilize something that's going to take that off easily. So the cleansing oil is a really great option for that. One of the really special things about the cleansing oil is that it uses a blend of exclusively high linoleic oils. So these are all oils that are going to be really great for easily congested skin. As I mentioned, we know that a lot of people are very concerned about the oils that they use. And so both the antioxidant facial oil and the cleansing oil are both appropriate for easily congested skin. So you'll see ginger, you'll see organic rosehip, you'll see high linoleic safflower oil and pumpkin seed oil in this one. And if you've never oil cleansed before, the process is absolutely lovely. You just put a generous amount of oil on your hands, massage it into the skin really thoroughly, making sure that you're focusing on areas that have, makeup or sunscreen. And then you'll lay a warm, damp cloth over your face. You'll let everything kind of loosen up, and then you'll just wipe everything clean. And it's a very easy process. It feels lovely. It's like a little spa treatment before you go to bed at night. And of course, because you're kind of opening up all the pores and putting a wet cloth over your face, it also makes a really nice first step before you put on your serums. Anytime you're cleansing really well and doing a little gentle exfoliation, you're going to allow all of your other skincare products to absorb more easily into the skin. And so serums actually work the best on slightly damp skin. So right after you wipe clean, it's a really great time to just immediately follow with your nighttime serum. So we have 2 nighttime serums to choose from. We do encourage people to just choose one exfoliant per evening. Exfoliation is such an important part of the skincare routine. As I mentioned earlier, in terms of making sure all your other skincare products are absorbing properly into the skin, it's really important that we exfoliate regularly. That said, you don't want to over-exfoliate. Over-exfoliation oftentimes will lead to irritation or dryness. It can actually compromise the acid mantle of the skin. So we want to be careful about exfoliation. We want to do it every night, but we just want to choose one exfoliant, and we don't want to overdo it. And with certain products like the vitamin A serum, it's kind of nice to ease into it. The same goes for sensitive skin types. If you have very sensitive skin, it's always best to patch test, and if everything works out all right, then you can incorporate it into your routine. You can also start with every other night. So you can start exfoliation with, for instance, the exfoliating serum every other night, and once your skin adjusts, you can increase it. You can alternate the 2 nighttime serums, either nightly or weekly. So lots of different ways to utilize them, just one exfoliant per evening. That's kind of the takeaway there. So I'm going to talk about the exfoliating serum first. That's the little pink label. This product has been one of my favorites since the beginning, and I think that it has taken people a little bit of time to understand that it's not going to be gritty, so it's not a physical exfoliant, it's what they call a chemical exfoliant. So even though it's lactic and glycolic acid, which are both natural ingredients, glycolic acid is sourced from fermented sugarcane and lactic acid is sourced from fermented beet sugars, they do call them chemical exfoliants because of the process. So essentially what they're doing is they're dissolving all those lipid bonds that hold together dead skin cells on the surface of the skin, so allowing all of that to slough off. So in addition to the glycolic and the lactic acid, we also have ingredients like peptides as well as gigawhite in there. Gigawhite is a plant-sourced ingredient that's really wonderful for reducing the appearance of discoloration. So this is a really great one to try out if that's something that you're struggling with. This particular product, I often call it an overnight peel. That's kind of what it is. You put it on at night, you leave it on overnight, and the alpha hydroxy acids do the work while you sleep. And then you just rinse your face in the morning. So you can layer a moisturizer over this one, or you can choose not to. If you have skin that is on the oilier side, oftentimes just using the exfoliating serum at night and leaving it on overnight alone is just fine. Lactic acid is actually really hydrating, so for a lot of people that works out really well. If you'd like to, you can wait for about 10 minutes and follow with your moisturizer. You do want to leave it on for about 10 minutes before you follow with your moisturizer because you want those alpha hydroxy acids to be at a low enough pH to really do some work before you follow with something else. So the alternative to the exfoliating serum as it comes to nighttime serums is our vitamin A serum. And this one has quickly become one of our most popular products. We are using a really interesting new form of vitamin A called HPR, hydroxypentacolon retinoate. And this particular form of vitamin A is really interesting in that it's bioavailable in its current form. So many forms of vitamin A require metabolic processing in order to convert to usable vitamin A. This particular form of vitamin A does not, so really fast acting. In addition to the vitamin A, we add sodium hyaluronate as well as ceramides, which help protect the lipid barrier of the skin, so making sure that you don't lose too much moisture. Some of the most common complaints with vitamin A serums in general, or vitamin A products in general, is that they can tend to leave the skin a little bit dry, a little bit irritating, or a little bit irritated. So this particular form of vitamin A tends to be really good for sensitive skin, and it's not associated with the transdermal water loss that you get from a lot of other forms of vitamin A. So really wonderful for a wide variety of skin types. This one, we tend to talk a lot about reducing fine lines and wrinkles with this one, reducing the appearance of, the fine lines and wrinkles that accompany sun damage. However, this particular serum can be used kind of as a resurfacing serum for lots of folks. So definitely, as we age, certainly vitamin A ends up being an ingredient that a lot of dermatologists talk about being incorporated into our routines. However, there are a lot of young folks who use this one as well. And it's really great for easily congested skin. So moving right along, our last exfoliant that I'm going to discuss is the 2-minute polishing mask. This is our newest exfoliant, and it's our only physical exfoliant in our line. So when we created a physical exfoliant, what was really important to us was creating something that would be a scrub, but that would be gentle enough for a lot of people to use. So what we focused on this was combining a scrub plus a clay mask. That was kind of our focus with this one. So the scrubbing elements are the brown rice, the oat, and the adzuki bean. Adzuki bean contains natural saponins, which are really wonderful for breaking down dead skin cells. And then the mask part is the green and white clay and the matcha tea. So those ingredients do the work of extraction. This product is a water-free product. So it comes as a dry powder, and then you create your own paste using a little bit of hydrating nutrient mist or a little bit of water to create your paste. And then you just want to massage it on the skin. You want to leave it on for 2 minutes, as suggested in the name, and then you just rinse clean. So it does a really nice job of just gently exfoliating the skin, and you have that green and white clay for the work of extraction. So moving on to our moisturizers, we talk a lot about moisturizing at night. It's a really great time to make sure that your skin is hydrated while you sleep and everything recuperates. So I'll talk about the face cream first. This face cream is one of the first products that we created. And the face cream is really interesting in that this particular product is really lightweight, but also really hydrating. So that's one of the things, the pieces of feedback that we get the most often from people about our face cream. They love the way that it sinks into the skin really quickly. It doesn't leave you feeling greasy, but leaves you feeling really hydrated. It contains tons of antioxidants, everything from acai to green tea and resveratrol. And then it also has B vitamins, so niacinamide, and it has peptides. So peptides, of course, are those short strings of amino acids that are incredibly effective in skincare. And this particular product has long been one of our most popular. And I think it's just that combination of being really, really hydrating, not feeling greasy, being appropriate for really all skin types. That kind of does it. So moving right along, I'm going to talk about the eye cream next. So this is our eye cream. The little purple label. The eye cream also is a blend of peptides and antioxidants. The peptides that we use in the eye cream really focus on reducing the appearance of under eye discoloration as well as swelling around the eye area. So for use, you really just want to gently kind of tap it into the eye area and focus on moving in a slightly upward motion when you massage it in. That helps kind of get everything moving. The skin under our eyes is the thinnest skin on our face, and we tend to produce less natural oil in that area, so it's really important to keep it hydrated, and then also to do just really, really gentle massages in that area when you put on your eye cream. It kind of helps keep the circulation moving in that area. So moving right along, I'm going to talk about our final product, which is the Triple C Night Cream. This is our newest product that we've created and has taken off really quickly. People have been wanting something for super, super dry skin types, and this is our answer for that. This is a really, really deeply nourishing, deeply hydrating cream. You'll notice that it's a little bit thicker than the face cream. It stays with you really all day. This one can be used in the morning or at night. It's called a night cream, but you can certainly incorporate it into your morning routine if you have really, really dry skin. And it tends to be a great option for that. So what's really special about this night cream, it contains 3 different forms of vitamin C, which of course is absolutely an essential ingredient for the skin. So we're using 3 forms of vitamin C: magnesium ascorbyl phosphate, tetra C, which is actually a fat-soluble form of vitamin C, and ascorbyl glucoside, which is a form of vitamin C that's really, really wonderful for reducing the appearance of skin discoloration. So 3 really stable, bioavailable forms of vitamin C combined with adaptogens. So the adaptogens are going to be the reishi mushrooms that we're using. And then we've also got turmeric in there, as well as cloudberry, which is really rich in naturally occurring vitamin C, as well as a variety of other minerals and vitamins. So this is just going to be very nutrient rich for your skin, very hydrating. A little bit goes a long way, but really wonderful for parched, sun-damaged skin, certainly. So it really makes a nice option right before you go to bed at night. Just a couple quick notes about our line in general. Everything is vegan and cruelty-free. We're certified by both PETA as well as Leaping Bunny. The only ingredient that we use in our line that's not considered to be vegan is beeswax, and it's only used in the SPF. So everything else in the line is vegan. Another couple things to note about the line: we recently switched to sugarcane bioresin for the SPF, and you'll see changes like that coming throughout the line. We are using dark glass for a lot of our products. Our serums and our cleansers come in dark glass, but a lot of the things that have been traditionally coming in plastic, which has been able to be recycled, but we're always kind of looking for better options, some of those will be converting to this sugarcane bioresin. What's special about this sugarcane bioresin is that one is it's sustainably farmed sugarcane, and then it's converted to bioresin, which can actually be recycled. So a lot of sugarcane bioresin, a lot of bioresin in general cannot be recycled and can actually create some problems for recycling facilities, because oftentimes it's just tossed in with regular plastic recyclables and it can tend to mess up the recycling machines. This particular sugarcane bioresin is recyclable, so it can be tossed in with number 4 plastics. That said, if your recycling facility does not accept any of the components in our line, we do also have a partnership with TerraCycle. You can write into TerraCycle, you can get your Mad Hippie TerraCycle bag, fill it up with all of your hard to recycle items, send it back to TerraCycle at no cost to you. It's a prepaid envelope, and TerraCycle will recycle 100% of the contents of that bag, as well as the bag itself, and Mad Hippie pays for that. So it's a way for us to make sure that everything in our line can be recycled. And it's something that we're really, really excited about. As promised, I wanted to show you a little quick peek preview of what our old packaging looked like. I forgot to introduce that at the beginning, but when we first got started all those years ago living in Central America and we decided to start Mad Hippie, we just started with a couple products. My husband designed the packaging. It was bright yellow with the VW bus on the front. And that VW bus has resurfaced in a lot of our swag that we give out. So you'll notice hats with the VW bus and t-shirts with the VW bus. They're all paying homage to our initial packaging all those years ago. So I just wanted to give you a fun little preview of that. That's our entire skincare line. I want to open it up for a couple questions, and then I'll close the meeting.
Dana, I have a quick question. This is Kirsten here. You, on the day format that you laid out, you didn't have a face cream at all. So is that the sunscreen that's taken that place of the face cream?
That's a really great question. So I talk about in the morning moisturizing with a vitamin C serum and the antioxidant facial oil. However, you can certainly moisturize with the face cream during the day. So there are many different ways to do it. In terms of the evening and morning training, I often talk about the vitamin C and the facial oil in the morning, and I'll use all the moisturizers at night, with the knowledge that you can kind of move those moisturizers around. In fact, if you have really dry skin and you don't use the face cream, you just use the Triple C night cream, you can use that one in the morning. Some people don't like to use creams at all, and they'll just use the antioxidant facial oil morning and night. So some of those moisturizers are a little bit interchangeable in the line. The main things that really need to stay in place are you know, the vitamin C serum in the morning and those nighttime serums at night. If you're using both our morning and evening serums, we do recommend that you divide those up for best results. But really, most of the other things in the line are interchangeable. So, you know, you can certainly use the cream cleanser at night if you wish, or the cleansing oil in the morning. There are different ways to play with your routine a little bit. But to answer your question, yes, you can certainly use the face cream during the day, and it layers really nicely under that SPF as well. So certainly up to you what you choose to use in the morning, but either one of those works and is a great option.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Any other questions? All right, I will go ahead and end this recording.